Hello, world. This is Talkin Live, and what are we going to do about our government? We're doing this program about the parties, and I'm talking about parties. That's all they think you can do is party on our tax dollar. So I'd like to ask you people out there that are going to vote, I'd like to ask you, why would you vote just because a woman is running for president? Why would you vote because their skin was a different color? I don't get that. I thought you wanted a country that was free and able to fulfill the dreams you have. Now, if you got all that money, and I'm talking about you backers of the Democratic Party, if you got all that money, why don't you share it with the poor people and quit sharing our money? I mean, a lot of you buy stock, you have speaking engagements. This works the same way for the Republican too, and y'all get paid $30,000, $40,000 just to get up there and run your mouth. And I just don't get it when I hear things like that. Oh, we're going to give you $25,000 credit to build, to build a house, buy a house, whatever. Are we going to give you this? We're going to give and keep giving till this government is broke. That's what you're saying. And the odds are you're not going to do nothing. So you people out there are going to vote for color or vote for gender, I don't get it. I want somebody in there, I don't care who they are, where they come from, or whatever, as long as they're American, that the most important thing is to have our future and have our future in mind. But I mean, don't you people realize that you're looking for something this can't be done? Because we're printing money. We have no gold to back it up. We're borrowing money. We have no gold to back it up. We're doing all these things. We're helping Ukraine. We're helping Israel. We're helping the people in Gaza and anybody else that comes along that wants some money. We're helping them. But we're not helping our own country. And you get up there and you run your mouth, talk about Donald Trump. Well, I just want you to look back and see what you've done to this country. What you have done to this country is going to take for years to recover. You have done so much damage to this country, Democratic Party. And that's my opinion. If you get offended of what I said, I'm sorry, because you will get over it. And what I am saying, you may not get over what's coming if you vote wrong. I'm not telling you to vote for Donald Trump. I'm not telling you to vote for Kamala Harris. But common sense would tell you what to do when you go to the polls by looking around you and seeing what's going on. You know, if people are starving to death in this country, they shouldn't be that way. There's people who can't even afford to pay their light bill, buy their food or nothing because of this agenda of how they're going to save the world with this solar panel. Now, solar panels work, but how can you get up there and run your mouth and say you're going to give all this money away when we don't have it? We don't have the money. If you're on Social Security now, I have talked to so many different people on Social Security, and they get bills from the Social Security saying they've been overpaid. And I just don't get it where people can sit back and let them give all our money away and not vote these sick dreamers out of they're dreamers. That's what they are. They have, they got this dream that they're going to supply all the money and these people, they're believing it. Yeah, they've said it so much they believe it themselves. You take health care for everybody. Obama's health care was a crap. And he was in there 2 years. And y'all voted for him mostly because of his race. You didn't vote for him because he was going to be a good president. You had for 1 year with him, and that was good that he won the 1 year, but he didn't prove himself. Harris has never proved herself. Biden's never proved herself. The Senate's never proved herself. The Congress has never proved herself. Our government has never, in my lifetime, done so dirty as they are now. And as far as Robert Kennedy, and I'm thinking about Robert Kennedy, how that he was just pushed aside. I'd rather have him than have someone in there that I didn't have no experience with. Because his family has always looked out for the poor. As far as I know, when I was a young boy, back in 60s, I noticed that John Kennedy would have programs to help the poor people. But see, people today, they got this problem, and their problem is they want a free ride. They want everything free. But when you run out of money, your government runs out of money, and you got a whole wheelbarrow full of $100 bill, it ain't gonna do you no good. Venezuela tried the deal. Want to control the food prices. They can't control nothing. They can't even control the border. How they going to control the food prices? I'll tell you how. They want to set themselves up like a communist rule. Donald Trump's a dictator. He said he wanted to be a dictator. Well, I tell you what, we need a dictator that knows what they're doing to get some money back from all the people we're giving to pay. If it takes a dictator to get our tax money put back in our pockets, then we need a dictator. But democracy is being destroyed, but only by the Democratic Party, because they want to have it one way, and that's their way. As I go to the gas station, I go to the grocery store, wherever I go, I see a wound on our economy, a destruction on our economy. And I've been out there, and I get gas and all that, and there's having this national this committee, and they're talking about the Democrats are talking about how that they're going to give you this stuff, and they're just doing that to get votes. How many people that's been president that's going to give you that, everybody have health care. Doctors ain't going to work for nothing. You're not going to get doctors making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to go ahead and work for nothing. Today, people don't care much for nobody. They don't care about where they die or where they live. So if a doctor should be making $300,000-400,000 a year, and he because your health care plan, he's only making $150,000, you actually think he's going to do his job when he knows he could make all the rest? I know a doctor that's retired right now, makes hundreds and hundreds of thousands, millions, and he retired. Well, what if he just starting out? He might work a little while, and he might, give you that free health care for a little while. But if he's seen that it's never going to work, that he'll be better off working for himself than the government. See, the doctors they will be working for the government. You ask these people that's coming to Venezuela, what do you think they're coming here for? Well, some of them coming here to do crooked things, dirty things. But they're coming here looking for a better life. But the Democrats right now is turned it into a Venezuela, trying to turn it into a Russia. They talk about, Putin and China and North Korea and Venezuela, how they mistreat people. How are you mistreating us now? I see you mistreating us now more than anybody. Your own people. But see, it's not really that you care. It's about power. It's about defeating our freedom, destroying our freedom. I got the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution hanging on the wall over here in the studio. Also got another 10 Commandments hanging in a frame. And don't want us rights the 10 Commandments anyway, but that Constitution that we treasured so much is being destroyed. Our freedom of speech. If you don't speak if you don't want to hear what somebody says, turn it off. But where it's Donald Trump, where it's Harris, or where whoever it is to be president, you don't need to vote for Donald Trump because he's white. You don't need to vote for Kamala Harris because she's dark-skinned. You don't need to vote for her because she's a woman. You need to vote because she can take care of our country. And nearly 4 years, our country is went to hell in a handbasket. In the last 4 years. Now, the COVID came along, and it's moving around now here and there. And that was a good excuse to blame Donald Trump for the economy. That was a good excuse to blame anybody you wanted to blame for it. See, anything that happens, it's never your fault. It's never, if you're Republican or Democrat, and you're running for president, neither one is going to say it's their fault. But Can't people see it ain't about color or gender? It's about freedom and our economy and our invasion from all over the world. That's what it's all about. I heard the other day someone said, they said this: if Harris says she's a woman and she's a different color, and that's why we need to vote for her, because we never have a woman president. We ain't never had Hitler for president either. We ain't never had Stalin for our president either. We ain't never had John Young Kung, or whatever his name is, in North Korea. We have never had him for president either. But you're heading that way. You never had Putin for our president. All these countries in the world never have bettered themselves better than the United States of America. But it was because of the person was taking office. It was not a cause of color or gender. That's how America got here, where we're at. And now I can say got here. I think the last 4 years is what got us here. And I just sometimes just don't believe that I'm hearing the things that I hear. Even Donald Trump said stupid things, man. But I mean, you would win an Academy Award, Democrats. Well, you're talking about giving us our country. See, you've already showed American people what you're doing to America. You opened up the borders, then I hear, oh, it's Donald Trump's fault. But they have never been so many people come across a border, so be free-willed to just say, I'm going to America, and come to America, until Joe Biden got in there. It's a fact. You don't know, has nothing to do with Joe Biden. You hate Joe or what is. He don't know about his own country except one thing. He wants the power. He wants to destroy it. That's what he knows he wants to do. And, you know, I'm not going to switch parties or not like a friend because they belong to Democrat, Republican, Independent, or whatever color they are, whatever, whether they're a woman or whether they're a man. I done lost my respect for those people in France. I thought I could respect any gender without a problem until I seen that. I have no respect for them. I have no respect for no one that makes fun of Jesus Christ. And see, these people in the Democratic Party, they think they're above God. They think they are above God. They sit up there in Washington and they make rules and laws, and they never even go about doing or keeping the laws themselves to make them, but the laws for the other side. It's always for the other side. It's not for the American people. It's not for our economy. It's not for our struggling people in this country. It's for them. I'm going to be president. I'm going to be president. And I know I'll make it because I'm a woman and I'm a different color. And I know I can help America because I've done so much in the last nearly 4 years. Just look at us. Look at America now. We've done so much for America. Don't that make you sick? I don't even watch it. I'm sick to my stomach. I don't watch Donald Trump no more either. It's the same old thing running back and forth, them talking about one another. But I got confidence in Donald Trump. I don't have no confidence in the Democratic people. And all the Democrats that's not like the ones that we hear on this convention. Not all Democrats ain't. And I don't know of anybody that has a bit of common sense would look around them and say, oh, we're better off than we was when Donald Trump. I mean, you know, when Donald Trump was in there. I can't believe it that a person could look around and do that kind of stuff. And I'm just so sick and tired of everybody. See, his tie's pink. I'm sure this jacket's pink. And I got bags on my right. It is what it is. And if you think it can be any other way, you're wrong. There's one thing, man will not never survive without God. In the book of Thessalonians, it said that Antichrist spirit would set itself up in the temple of God. This is in Thessalonians, and say he is God and all is called God. You have set yourself up, Democrats, Republicans too. You have set yourself up to think that your money, your fame, your riches is going to keep you out of hell. Like these preachers out there, they tell people, if you want a blessing, give me $1,000. I remember Jesus in the book of Matthew, Mark, and all that, and John, and all. I remember Jesus just going through, just healing people, praying for people, delivering people. And I never heard of Jesus Christ asking for $1,000 for a blessing. They're so mixed up in Washington and in the religious world. You call me an old man, I don't know what I'm saying, but I'll tell you what. I see what God can do to you by being an evil person and not caring about nobody but yourself. I see what God can do to you, and I'll tell you, he can make you so miserable. He can let you live. I mean, he can stop you from dying and just make every day and every second of your life miserable. He can destroy you in hell. And God don't, he's And this is to you people. They're not looking out for your country. America has forgotten God. That's why it's in the shape it's in. Like when COVID come, everybody still drank. They just done anything they wanted to. They didn't have no feelings to realize that they could die, and a lot of them did die. But I'm getting kind of off the subject, but it's never, I'm going to tell you, when it comes to the gospel of Jesus Christ, it's never off subject, because it all applies for everything and every one of us. Everything we do, every breath we take, and everything we do applies to the gospel of Jesus Christ. It does. Everything you do, everything you say applies to that Bible. Nancy Pelosi, you're 80-something-year-old. Joe Biden, Donald Trump, all you out there me, I'm 76. Do you think that you're special with God? Do you think you can treat American people and be able to get away with it? You think you can murder babies? You think you can do all that? And you're home free, going straight to heaven. I don't, if there's a heaven, which I know there are, I don't want to go to heaven with a bunch of adulterers, homosexuals, transgenders, murderers, blasphemers, and I could just keep going on. I don't want to go to heaven with that bunch. If it's that way in heaven, then all of it's all in vain. You think God has that unclean stuff in heaven? It don't. He don't. And I know for a fact, I've seen the gospel work. I've seen a man, I wasn't there, but back a million years ago, God, you know it about me. But I know one thing's for sure. Life is not perfect, but it's better if you're trying to do the right thing for other people. It'll never fly. I want you to know, a lot of you African American people, a lot of other different people, you went through hell. Do you want some more? Well, you're fixing to get it if you don't vote right. God bless you.
Thanks for joining us today. To watch this show again, be sure to visit talkinlive.com. We now have Roku and Amazon Fire TV channels for you to watch from your home TV. Or find more of our recent shows on most any of your favorite social media platforms. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Good night, world. We will be talking live with you next time. The views and opinions expressed on all Talkin' Live presentations are those of the host and their guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of the Talkin' Live TV broadcast studio, or by this channel or its management.